And in a bit of dramatic foreshadowing, moments ago, Chris Johnson talked about what might happen to a player like Evgeni Kuznetsov, and Pierre LeBrun, he's on the move.
Yeah, still pending a trade call. The Bob father taught us years ago. He mentioned that on a day like this. But if it goes through, the two teams have agreed. Evgeni Kuznetsov at a 50% salary retention goes to the Carolina Hurricanes for a third-round pick in 2025. Kuznetsov has another year on his deal at $7.8 million, but now that's $3.9 million for Carolina. So the Hurricanes, as we said this morning, who had $5.8 million of cap room to begin the day with, taking a chance here on obviously a player that has had a great career.
This is a really fascinating story on a number of levels. A week ago, Evgeni Kuznetsov was still in the National Hockey League. I don't know the exact title of it anymore. Player Assistance Program used to be called Substance Abuse and Alcohol Modification Behavior Modification Program. But in any case, he was in there. He came back to the Washington Capitals and was hopeful of getting back and playing with the team that he's known his NHL career with. But obviously the Caps had other ideas, and Kuznetsov was probably looking for a fresh start as well. So they put him on waivers, and he was actually reported to Hershey. Now, there was some question. I think a lot of people assume when Washington puts a guy like Kuznetsov, a storied NHL player who helped them win a Stanley Cup, puts him on waivers, that, well, he's probably not going to want to play in the American Hockey League. But lo and behold, he was in Hershey today and planning to make his debut for the Hershey Bears tonight. And so he was there to collect his money. And we talk about the money, $7.8 million AAV. But he's owed the balance of this season, obviously, on that, and he's got another year. He's got a $2 million signing bonus on July 1st and a $6 million salary, so he's actually getting $8 million in actual cash for the final year of his deal. So he's owed about $9.3 million, which is probably, he had $9.3 million, 9.3 million reasons to go to the Hershey Bears, and now 50%. Carolina takes a chance that he's going to be able to come back and do some of the things he did to help the Washington Capitals win a Stanley Cup, and maybe do that in Carolina. But a fascinating story on Kuznetsov.
And it's interesting because in a lot of cases, these contracts decline as they go along. Most of the money's up front. That's partly the case for Kuznetsov. But his contract is unusual. It started high, dipped in the middle, and comes back up at the end. So Carolina sort of buying at the dip, but getting Kuznetsov for a third-round pick. So that's one of the dominoes that we thought would fall today, and maybe there'll be more now, James.